Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Fringe reaction. This is season 4 episode 7 and it's called WallFlower. I'm not sure what it's called. I think it's called WallFlower. In the last episode, possibly the best episode of Fringe so far in the entirety of its run. I don't know why. It was timey-wimey. But other than that, it was just a very wholesome story of just a guy that just can't let go. I'm not going to say wholesome, that's the wrong word, isn't it? But non-threatening, shall we say. He didn't mean anything by it. He was just trying to get his wife, like causing time loops so he could bring his wife back to finish the equation, which he never finished because she developed some sort of degenerative illness. Early onset dementia or something. So yeah, it was wholesome in that respect. I mean, it was done out of pure love. And the ending, how she stopped it was just brilliant. It was I wasn't expecting that twist. So, but Walter and Peter are still not getting on. I mean, it's Walter, isn't it? Walter just can't see past the indignity almost of this strange man claiming to be the adult form of his dead son. That's after God knows how many years of grieving. That's got to hit hard. That's got to, well, I think it's reasonable that Walter is acting in the way that he is. Understandable that he's acting in the way that he is. He will come round, but it's gonna be difficult because technically Peter belongs to a completely different timeline. And Walter is not part of that timeline. He can't. My thoughts are a little bit. I can't articulate properly. Because he's part of this timeline, he can't see past that. Peter can, because he now exists in, or has existed in both timelines, so he can see how it unfolds. But Walter can't. He's not fifth dimensional. He can't look into alternative timelines to be able to come to terms with the fact that Peter is this alternative version of his dead son. But for Walter, that still happened twice. So anyway, if you can make head or tail of what I'm even talking about there, well done. Because I'm not even sure. Peter has got himself a little bit more freedom in that he's now not being kept under lock and key at Massive Dynamic or wherever he was. And he's now being allowed his own apartment, Walter's old apartment. He's not really that free though, is he? I mean, if he tried to like run away to Lagos, he would be very, very quickly reminded exactly how free he is not. By the FBI, by Broyles, by Olivia, whoever. Not that he could ever get to Lagos, because he technically doesn't exist in this universe. Has no legal record of his existence. So good luck getting a passport. So there's not really a lot Peter can do except cooperate. Well, we're on episode 7. I'm expecting this to be the usual sort of 22 episodes. So, judging that, this type of series do sometimes like to have a two different themes going. One for the first half of a season, one for the second half of a season. I'm guessing that this Peter Walter thing is going to be resolved by or in season 11-ish, so that we can get the back half of this season's story. I found that's the way it usually goes. Going by past examples of things like Lost and Once Upon a Time that were, I think, being broadcast or being made around about the same time as this. I could be wrong because I nearly always watch TV series years after they've been broadcast, so let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong and put me right in the comments, please, because that is some information that I wouldn't mind actually knowing, and I really can't be bothered to look up at this point because I want to start the episode, and once the episode's finished I would have forgotten that I want to do this. So
Hey.
Hi, babe. You close?
Yeah, sorry. I'm almost there. I took the shortcut behind the theater.
All right. You okay?
No. I feel like I'm being followed.
What? By who?
I don't know. I'm sure it's just my imagination.
oh, the shapeshifters are translucent, aren't they? Not
Meg.
transparent.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm here.
Oh, that was fast.
Freeze! Ma'am, stay back.
Where's my husband?
Ma'am, stay back.
Oh dear, right, so what the hell happened to him?
Agent Broyles told me to tell you that he has authorized you a $200 a week allowance.
200, big spender.
That's not a lot.
The only other thing I need is safety glasses. You see them? You know, I've been investigating Fringe events for 3 years. I never thought I'd become one.
Like I said, it's not personal.
He's going to try it, isn't he? He's going to try and escape. Just to screw with them. Just to prove that he can.
So you shot at nothing?
I was just spooked is all.
You unloaded your entire clip.
I don't know what to tell you. I overreacted.
I'm willing to bet that you don't want to risk telling us what happened because you're concerned about your reputation. You
Yeah.
need to be. Whatever you saw, however bizarre it is, you need to know what it was.
I didn't see anything exactly, but I felt something.
Like what? A ghost?
You said ghost, not me.
He's really being guarded, isn't he? But he didn't deny it.
Can I ask you something? All the things that we see, like this, does it ever get to you?
Yes. Every day. If I wasn't seeing the agency shrink, my head would have exploded a long time ago. It's not like I can talk to family or friends. I mean... Well, who do you talk to?
Yeah, no, you need to. That's... Yeah.
We can rule out ghosts.
What makes you say that?
Ghosts don't bleed.
Oh, so he did shoot and obviously hit something. My God. This is some backyard chemistry, isn't it? Oh my God, what's he trying to do? Is he trying to give himself super serum, super strength or something? The way he was looking at his arms like that, it's like he's very surprised. Like he's invisible and he doesn't want to be, so he's experimenting to make himself normal.
Yeah. There's a mucus-like substance on the body, a residue.
From something in particular?
The chromatophore cells. You find them in octopi, chameleons. Cells that have the ability to translocate pigment in the body.
Baby boy Bryant, born 26 July 1989.
Gosh, they didn't even give him a proper name.
Infant born with an unclassified genetic variant. Over 10 specialists examined him. No one could diagnose him. So this baby was a mystery.
It says he died from complications of his genetic abnormality on the 30th of July, 1989.
Which we already knew.
Can you tell us what you remember about baby boy Bryant?
He was so pale. When Dr. West held him up, the lights in the OR burned his skin. We had to put him in a special ward with no windows and no lights. So when Dr. West told me that the baby had died, I was relieved that he wasn't suffering anymore. I thought I heard him cry. It was faint, but I thought I heard him. I assumed I had imagined it.
The baby didn't die.
It was a private insurance company.
Of course it
something
was.
Like Silas or Cypro.
Cyprox?
Yes, that's it.
Do we know who Cyprox is? The name seems familiar.
And Cyprox was a subsidiary of a larger company called Kelvin Genetics.
Why do I have a bad feeling about this?
Because Kelvin Genetics became massive dynamic.
Oh, I see.
We have reason to believe that Cyprox Inc. abducted an infant from a hospital 22 years ago.
I'm afraid your suspicions are true.
What can you tell
You
us
already
about
know
it?
The
then.
boy had an unidentified genetic abnormality. He would have died within a matter of days. But this same genetic deformity made him suitable for some genetic experimentation.
That's bad.
And you know about this?
Yes.
No, this was a satellite research facility, one of dozens. Neither Dr. Bell nor I had any specific knowledge of what was going on. Now, I'm not trying to justify what was done. I'm just saying that this child would have died had he not been part of that program.
Maybe that would have been better.
Olivia's seeing massive dynamic for who they are. She's kind of been inside looking out. Now she's on the other side of it. Oh, yeah, there is definitely something there.
Machine was powerful enough to snap me out of my timeline. Stands to reason that it's powerful enough to snap me back in.
I suppose that makes sense.
I hope so. My best chance of getting back home.
Alt universes, different timelines. Olivia says that eventually all of this will seem run-of-the-mill. Which,
Yeah.
frankly, I'm having a hard time believing.
Yeah, but it will.
I've never met anyone like her before.
Oh, no, don't fall in love with her. Don't fall in love with her.
Walter, do you think that Eugene is trying to make himself visible? That he's
Yes.
killing people in order to steal their pigment?
Yes, that's what I said earlier, but I didn't think I was going to be right.
To overcome what's been done to him would require a considerable amount of pigment.
Yeah.
So are you saying that if I'm right?
Yes.
Wouldn't bits of him start becoming visible, but not other bits? And he's picking, just seems to be picking random people.
I didn't know what it was at first, all pale and white. It took me a while to see it was Mr. Ryerson.
Oh, so that's why they're white, yeah, of course. It's not fear, it's pigmentation loss.
No, and I watched the security footage again just to make certain.
This is going to sound odd, but even though you didn't see anyone, Did any of the exterior doors open on their own?
What are you looking for?
Oh, maybe you found what you're looking for. They're going to try and capture him so that they can use his technology to create soldiers, invisible soldiers, or at least that's what at least one of the sides would do.
Help me, please.
You understand right now how important it is to be seen. Your life depends on it. Me seeing you right now.
He wants help, obviously.
I don't think you're here to help me heal. Not after what I've done. If
Well,
you're here to help me, it's because I have value to the military and they don't want long-lost experiment 69545 to self-destruct. All my life, I've been watching them live theirs. Watching them fall in love. To be looked upon by the right person. To connect. And to see in their eyes.
There's a scientist who I work with for the FBI. He works out of a Harvard lab. Now, if anyone can hold
No,
me
he's not
back,
interested.
I lived my life in a lab. I'm
Yes.
not going back.
If you treat yourself again even once, it could kill you.
He'll take his life now then, under his own terms. Maybe not.
This is his home.
In his home, his lab. And it must be difficult for him. I mean, years being treated as a military medical experiment probably didn't help. But even so, how do you deal with such a unique disability? And that's it. That's quite a beautiful ending. I mean, it's not quite the end, but it's the end for him. Oh my God. Those migraines.
Claire.
Huh? What the mother is going on? How do they get her?
Should we move her to the bed? No need. She's not going to remember the last 2 hours anyway. When she wakes up, she's going to have one hell of a headache.
Oh my God, have they been doing this to her for a while? It's Nina! What? Why? What? Why? Why is Nina doing things to Olivia? That sounded wrong. Shut up. Why though? But I mean, this is pretty much her like stepdaughter or adoptive daughter or whatever the relationship is. So, well, I guess we're not going to find out. Yeah, we're going to find out in a few episodes. So that's probably the reason why she'd be getting these headaches. Nina's been continuously in, but for what reason? I'm at a loss. Are they trying to prevent her from developing a relationship with Lincoln? And if so, why? Are they trying to force Olivia and Peter together? What? Why would that lead to that? To try and preserve the timeline as it should be rather than what it is or something? No, that can't. No, no. Oh, okay then. That was a really good episode. I'm not going to lie. That has raised many, many questions. That ending has raised many, many questions. Who has got the body of Eugene? Because even dead, his cells, his anomaly could be useful still to the military if they could figure it out. So are we going to see a variant of shapeshifters from our side? It's not even our side, this alternative side that can turn invisible? Because the other side have got the translucent shapeshifters, so are we going for complete transparent shapeshifters? I just want Peter to be. I want Olivia to remember Peter. That's not going to happen yet, but that's I'm confuddled, totally bombarded. I had it all up. It was quite a sweet thing. Like last time, I know he killed some innocent people, but it was done out of reasons that you can kind of understand, even if it's hard to justify. You can kind of understand his desperation, the trauma of being a military experimentee. You can understand how that's warped him and made him so desperate to be noticed. Also, if you've got no control over that, like he said to Olivia, now you know how important it is to be seen. Because if he had a heart attack or a stroke, no one can see him. No one can call the emergency services or anything like that. It could be quite a dangerous situation. I'm surprised, in fact, that he even lived that long without some sort of minor mishap turning into something major just because no one can see him. Yeah, uncontrollable invisibility is definitely not a superpower. It's definitely a hindrance. And controllable invisibility, well, yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Let's face it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Until then, keep well, stay safe. See you later.